Welcome to the Friendly Talk Podcast.
Friendly Talk Podcast in this bitch.
Eva, oh my God.
Girl.
Your Don't Tell set,
Viral.
immaculate.
Thank you.
I loved it.
Thank
I was
you.
like, that's my friend. I was so excited
I was
and proud.
so proud of myself.
I shared it. I sent it to Matt. I was like, that's my friend. My friends are funnier than your friends. My friends do cooler things than your friends do.
Thank you, girl. It's
it
crazy.
was so good.
Thank you, mama. Thank you.
And I'm not like surprised.
Thank you.
But I mean, I know you're. I mean, I've seen you perform before, but like the whole thing, it just was like it was a great fucking set.
It's so crazy because people. Thank you, baby. People hit me up and was like, "Oh shit, this is good. Like you're funny." And I'm like, the surprise in their voice, I was offended. I'm like, come on.
It's also because I don't think we post a lot of our jokes.
I don't.
So it's like people see us doing it, but like not really. So
Yeah.
they don't know what to expect.
Right.
So,
and some. People like were sending me screenshots of comments, and people were commenting like, "Yo, if you've seen Eva live, this would be no surprise to you."
Yeah,
because she's been doing this
for sure.
So I appreciate that. But the love, girl, it was overwhelming. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I didn't expect it to blow up like that. Like today, my friend Isaiah Kelly called me. He's like, "Your shit is at 8 million views."
Yeah,
I'm like, "What? That's wild."
Very wild.
I got recognized on Flatbush yesterday. She's like, "Oh, that's not gonna be fucking trend." I'm like, "That's not."
I don't want to be known for that,
Yeah,
but
that's not
sure,
what
that was me.
the bit was about. But thank you for the love.
Yeah. Wait, so where did you record it? And you recorded it a while ago.
We recorded on March 2nd in the Meatpacking District in New York.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, how was the crowd?
And then the next day I went to Jamaica.
Tell me the process.
The crowd was good.
So how long was it?
It was only 10 minutes, but
10
I did like 11 and a half.
Were you nervous? Because you know it's being filmed for something
Right.
bigger than a regular set.
When something is filmed, I'm always in my head.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was like a little, like I stuttered a little bit in the beginning, but then I got my rhythm. I'm like, girl, this is just another show.
Yeah.
And then my mother was in the crowd, and I looked at my mom, and my mom just smiled at me, and I'm like, man, fuck everything else. If my mother's with it, my mother's with it. Like
My heart.
yeah. Once I saw my mother smile, I'm like, man,
I got this.
I got this. Like,
Yeah.
And she was like this. That was her face.
She
in the
was
crowd.
so excited.
Like I'm like, okay, shorty, relax. Like,
Who else was on the lineup? Or was there, they filmed a few that day?
Yeah, they filmed. They had a 7 o'clock show, like a 9 o'clock show. Or
Oh, wow.
I was on a later show, and it was just dope. I can't remember who was on. Girl, that day was such a blur. Cause I did that, and the next day I flew back to Jamaica.
You're like, I'm out this bitch.
Yeah,
I did what I did. No matter
And I went home, and I was at the crib for a while. So it was lit. But my thing is like, with it going viral, of course you got the people DMing me. Oh, do you remember me? Oh, I'm proud of you. Oh, and it's like I don't recognize the face, or if I do recognize the face, I'm like, I haven't seen you since the second grade when you fucking pushed me
on the playground
and stole my Play-Doh. That's all I remember about you. And my thing is like, I've watched TV and I've recognized people that I went to, like I've come across with, like, but if I didn't talk to you before you was on TV, I'm not gonna hit you up now.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't do that.
It's very clout chasey.
It's very, very clout chasey. Like, my father's family is hitting me up. I'm like,
oh, I don't fuck with y'all.
I don't fuck with y'all at all. So you should have. I ain't fuck with y'all before this. So you should have known better.
Yeah. How did you like pick your 10 minutes? Because I'm sure you have a lot more material.
Yeah,
than that.
I have a lot more shit.
Did you do your favorite stuff? Like,
I did my favorite shit. And I did. I just knew that dating was gonna hit hard. I'm like, everyone's dating.
Yeah.
Even married people are dating. You know what I'm saying?
She said it, not me.
Right. You know what I'm saying? People out here dating. I'm like, you know what? The dating shit probably would hit. I had some stuff about my childhood. I'm like, I don't know if I want it, because my childhood's a little depressing. Even though it's funny shit, I'm like, I'm just gonna do the fun stuff, the dating stuff, keep it fun, keep it light.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of shit about dating, about religion, about a lot of stuff that, like, I did a show on last Friday, and everyone's like, oh, you have more shit? I'm like, yes. You thought my whole career was on that one? Like, come on, son. Like, people never amaze me with they dumb shit.
Here's like a comics question.
Mm-hmm.
That material, are you retiring it now?
That's a good question. So, no. I worked hard on that shit.
Yeah, I don't think you should.
I'm not retiring that. I'm going to sprinkle it amongst new shit and other shit.
Yeah.
But that material is fire.
The material has been crafted for a long time.
That trans joke took me 3 years to write. I wrote that. I first started writing that in 2021.
And then you add on and you take away.
Add on, you take away. I'm like, okay, this word is offensive. Let me take that word out and do this, do that, do this, do that. And I finally got it right. And then 3 years it took me to get a minute and a half tight.
I don't think people understand how hard it is to get solid tight
They don't.
material.
They think, oh, I'm funny with my friends. Oh,
you're funny at the barbecue.
Yeah, I'm funny at the barbecue. Oh, my friends think I'm funny. I'm gonna go do stand up.
I would love for them to actually try
Or
and do it.
I'm always going viral on Instagram. My videos are funny. I'm gonna do stand up. You're not built for this. Cut it out. Cut it the fuck out.
Comedy's so. I'm in a weird place because I'm like for like 4 years. I'm in a weird place where I'm like I hate all my material, but it's not perfected, and I should try to perfect it. But like every time I do a show lately, I'm like I want to do all new stuff. I want to burn everything I had. Like, did you ever get to that point?
Last night I was trying some new shit, and actually I'm like there's something there. And I don't try new shit out in like little crowds. I be trying it out on big. I'm like, okay, I want to see if y'all fuck with it. And like if it bombs, I'm
ballsy.
like, yeah, very ballsy. I'm like, and I'll tell them like, oh fuck that joke. I'm still working on it. And they'll be like, oh, all right, because bitch, it's not ready. They'll let me know. They're like, okay, bitch, it ain't there yet.
Yeah, I just.
But hearing it out loud with a bunch of people, sometimes you'll say things. I'm like, oh, I should add that.
I just feel like I've changed so much as a human from the beginning of comedy till now, and I'm a little bit better now. So I'm like, that stuff is just like, I feel like it's just safe and hacky and just bullshit. And I'm like, I could do better than this, but it also works. So I don't want to let it go. So I'm just like in a very funky place right now with comedy.
Yeah, I know. I can feel that. With going viral, I felt like I was happy. Don't get me wrong. I was very happy. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
nerve-wracking, though.
But I was a little overwhelmed in a sense of like, I felt like, oh my God, now everything I do gotta be big.
Yeah.
I gotta match this. I gotta ride the wave. I gotta everything I do. Like, I was scared to do new shit. Like yesterday I did a show and I was like, do I do the new shit? Cause it's like, they just saw the tape. I don't want to think that
It's all you got.
that's all I got. Like that I'm not funny off of the tape. But I have to try the new shit. New shit has to be tried.
It's kind of like a good challenging yourself.
Very challenging. Very challenging. But I'm up to the challenge.
Yeah.
But I felt like, oh man, like, damn, now I went viral. Next thing I do, I gotta win a Grammy. Fuck it. Like, now I gotta win a Grammy in the fucking NBA playoffs, nigga.
Did you get a lot of like hateful comments?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you don't read that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I went through the comments and they were all very positive. I was like, oh wow.
Wow.
Which is surprising because even when the bit is fire, there's still people who just...
There's still people. Like, I saw one of my homegirls cussing somebody out. And she was just like, I don't know what the person said to set her off, but there's always going to be somebody.
It's so...
Oh, yeah. Somebody was complaining that the bit is offensive against poor people. But if in the bit, I'm saying I'm poor.
So how is the bit offensive?
Girl, people they love that feeling. They have to.
If they're addicted to outrage.
Yeah, they're addicted to outrage. They always want to be angry. They always want to be. It's just where they live. They live in anger. That's where they feel comfortable.
I can literally post anything, and the comments are like, "You're a disgrace, and you're this," and I'm like, "You're psycho."
Yeah.
You should get a hobby. You should focus on yourself. You should get a job. You should go for a walk. Like, why are you on the internet so angry?
Yeah, it's wild.
If the internet makes you that angry, you should stay off the internet.
And the thing is, the anger never translates to real life.
No.
And when they see you in real life, they're always gonna be like,
crickets.
It's I love you. You're so funny, but online, you this, you that, you this, you that. I can't be bothered.
Or they back off the second you respond.
Yeah, if you respond, I'm sorry. Back when I used to read comments, I've had somebody like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know how to get your attention, so I was just being mean. I didn't know. You're a weirdo.
Yeah.
I would never verbally abuse someone to get their attention.
And then it's like, if you see something that you don't like, why can't you just scroll away?
They can't.
Just scroll. It takes less energy to scroll away than to leave your 2 cents where it's not wanted.
I don't even follow people people will follow you and don't like you, don't fuck with you.
Yeah. I'll have someone comment something so mean to me, and I'll click on their profile and it says follow back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do you follow me if you can't stand anything I do, post, say, look?
Because they live in anger. That's what they feel. They don't know joy. They don't want to ever feel. Joy is a foreign feeling to them.
So they freak out.
Yeah, they don't want to.
Oh wow, that's actually a really that's very it's like a therapist. Something a therapist would say.
No, real shit, girl. I've been enough therapy to,
So is that what I tell them when they come for me? Like, you see a therapist?
Yes.
Okay.
Tell them to get help.
But it's so, I feel like recording anything for tape is very, very,
very nerve-wracking,
and nerve-wracking. And
then going viral is very stressful too, because you're like, oh, gotta. So now I'm posting more. Cause girl, I supposed if it wasn't for this motherfucking podcast,
yeah.
I wasn't posting shit.
You gotta post more.
Now I'm posting more. I just recorded something earlier. I'm gonna post it tomorrow. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna post something at least every 2 days.
Yeah.
Keep them.
I always wonder about how stressful our lives are, and then I look at other people who have stressful lives, but they also have kids on top of it.
Having kids on top of this, I'm like,
how is that even possible?
like, thank God I've been swallowing, bitch, because thank God, God is good. Because ain't no motherfucking way I could have did don't tell and had a baby.
It's like, wouldn't you be like thinking about your kid like while you're like, it's just too much.
Too much. Being on the road with a kid.
That's
like
crazy.
with the men, the mothers watch them. They're on the road all the time. The mothers they just FaceTime their kid. Oh, it's still alive. Oh, you fed it. Oh, okay, bye.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, for us it's gonna be very different. Do you want to have kids?
I do,
Okay.
but also, I think about it and I'm like, I love living alone and
love
doing
it.
whatever I want,
I
and
love
buying whatever
it.
I want, and going wherever I want. But then I'm like, I kind of wish I had a husband and kids, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, but I also like my solitude. But I also wish I had someone to like
Yeah.
come home to. But then I also love being alone. But I also love not having responsibilities. But then I'm like, I wish I had a kid. But
I
then
think-
I just like I vacillate
Yeah.
so quickly
Between
between
the
the
two.
two, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I shouldn't have a husband and kids until I'm like 100% ready. And clearly, if I'm going back and forth that quickly, I shouldn't be
I
thinking
think
about
like
that.
women like me and you, we should have like a 2-family house.
Yeah.
And one side is for us to live with our man and our kids, and the other side is for us to go and write. And the kids and the husband is not allowed on that side.
Because life is so stressful, and I wake
Yeah.
up and I'm like, I could barely feed myself. Imagine I had to
Yo.
feed a whole other human being, and it's like if you don't feed them, they die, and you go to jail.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so much pressure.
Yo, taking care of my dog is like, I'm like, yo, if this was a human, I would be fucked, bro.
Like today, I woke up early. I went to the gym. I did laundry. I cleaned. I got ready for the podcast, and I'm fucking exhausted.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having a kid
On top of
on
that,
top of all that. I wouldn't have been able to do it all.
it's so much pressure because like,
And I didn't even do anything that much. Like I didn't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. I always say like shout out to stay-at-home moms because they always get this like rap that they're lazy and they're this and then I'm
nah,
like,
they
not
live a
at
full
all.
motherfucking day.
It's a full-time job, cooking,
Full-time
cleaning,
job.
taking care of your kids, especially if you're good at all those things.
Yeah.
Like stay-at-home moms are wildly like very good at juggling multiple things
Yup.
and hardworking
Fantastic
and
multitaskers.
the best. They're the furthest thing from lazy.
Furthest thing, and then when their husband comes home, that's another baby they got to take care of.
Do his laundry, cook his food, pack his lunch for him tomorrow. What do you want to eat? And then it's like by the time like all the kids are in bed, their day is over.
They're exhausted, and it's like you gotta take care of the kids all day, take care of his big ass when he come home, and then still give him some pussy because if you don't, he gonna cheat on you with his secretary. So
Stay-at-home
wild.
moms have 17 jobs.
17 jobs.
And they're all super underappreciated because no little rugrats going, thank you, mommy. They're all a
Nope.
bunch of assholes.
So rude.
Husbands most of the time are assholes. I mean, shout out to the husbands that like appreciate their wives and
Yeah,
stuff.
the four of them that exist.
But also kids are very expensive and I like nice things.
That's how I'm like, I don't know how my mother did it. My mother had 2 kids and had no more than $5 the whole time she was raising us. Shorty was poor.
Yeah.
I'm like, how? How did you do this?
You know, my mom was not the best growing up, and you know, I resented her a lot for that. But then now that I'm an adult, I'm like, my mom was my age when she had all 4 of her kids
That's crazy.
in a foreign country. She didn't speak English. She didn't have any friends, any family. She really did the best she could. It wasn't the best, but it was the best she could. That's all you could ask for.
That's all you can ask for. My mother fucked up so many times.
Yeah.
So many times. I be looking back, I'm like, I don't know why Shorty did that.
I
but-
couldn't imagine being in another country, not knowing the language, not having any money, and having 4 kids and a husband that doesn't give a shit about you.
That's crazy. It makes you appreciate your mama differently.
Yeah,
right?
you're like, oh wow, I make my own. I make good money. I do whatever I want. I live alone, and I'm still like, I can't handle this, and I get frustrated and I get flustered, and I'm just like, I just be ordering Uber Eats every single day.
You know what's so crazy? One of my friends, she was judging her cousin a little bit because like her cousin, single mother, well, was a single woman, very like professionally like successful, like, and she wanted a kid and she wasn't dating and her time was running out, so she went to a sperm bank and had a kid, and the kid is healthy and beautiful. But my friend is like, you know, I feel like she forced her child to be like with no dad. Like she's like, it's different from your mom. Like your mother was married and your father, they broke up and then your father just decided that he broke up with you too. Like it's different. Your father left. But it's like for the kid to like not have a dad at all. Like his dad is.
It's like she's choosing the kids
Yeah,
to be
she's
fatherless.
yeah. 'Cause my mother and my father were married, so she didn't choose to be a single mother. It just worked out that way.
Yeah.
But it's like she chose like sperm donor number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like
So she's she's making her kid she feels like she's raising her kid at a disadvantage by choice.
But I'm like, my thing
that's
is like,
kind of, that's interesting.
I can see that point.
It feels like a little selfish.
I can see that point, but it's like you want to be a mom, and I also see that point.
Yeah.
Because if I'm still single in like 2-3 years, I would ask like one of my homeboys if he would donate.
But also, a father being in the picture doesn't necessarily mean the kid's gonna have a happier, or better life.
Oh, absolutely not.
If that mom really wants that kid and she's gonna love that kid and take care of it, they're better off than most people who live in a dual house.
Absolutely. And she can also date and find him a stepfather who will fill that role.
Yeah.
As long as she had a child before it was too late to have a child. Because we are on a motherfucking schedule, girl.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't, like, science has come so far, but that's just straight up God. Like, you have to have a baby by a certain point, or else it's clipped.
I've always said I wanted like a lot of kids and a big family, but seeing my sister has 5 kids and seeing how expensive they are, I want an iPad. I want this. I want to go to the park. I want to go to the mall with my friends. I want to go to the movie. Like every single day, all 5 want something.
5 different personalities, 5 different wants and needs.
5 bowls of cereal in the morning. 5 cups of juice in the morning. That's a whole gallon a day. Like, it's just too much.
That's crazy.
Because, like, I also go between, like, I want to be, like, this boss babe and whatnot. And then I'm like, I kind of want to be a stay-at-home mom.
Nah, I would die staying at home.
But here's the thing. I would want to be a stay-at-home mom if my husband was extremely wealthy, where I could just do comedy for fun.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like,
because I do comedy for fun. Obviously, I do it because I love it, but I also do it because it makes me money.
Right.
I've done plenty of shows where I don't want to do it because I need the money. I've traveled a bunch of times where I don't feel like traveling because I need the money.
You need the bread.
Where it's like, if I had a husband who was rich, I will pick and choose the shows I want to do, and I would it would be a passion of mine rather than a job, which would be cool, and it would make me like less stressed in life. So not necessarily a stay-at-home mom, but like I get to just pick and choose.
Pick and choose when you want to work.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll do my schedule. I'm like, what day do I have Pilates? I could do one show on a Friday, one show on Saturday. That's it. Because after you get to a certain level, you kind of get to do that in comedy. Anyways.
Yeah, right, exactly. For me, it's like, I'm kind of torn. Like, I'm like, I want to be a wife. Because it's like, I don't want to be another baby mother. As a black woman, I don't want to be another statistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then it's also me, I'm like, I just want my baby. I don't want to deal with these people's son. I don't want to deal with these people's sons.
But also, daycare is so fucking expensive.
I know.
And not only that, we're comedians. We're gone Thursday to Sunday. That's you
half
get
the week.
You get a flight. You got to get your kid a flight. You got to get a sitter. You need to make, in order to live as a woman, in order to have like a fulfilled career and be a mom, you need to have
a living nanny. That's why I'm,
the money you need for that is insane.
Yeah. That's why my mom is retiring in like 2 years. And I'm like, okay, that's 35. I'll be 35. I'm like, all right, that's good. I can have a baby at 35.
Oh, that's perfect.
And my mother would be down to be my mother, my nanny.
Can she be mine too? I'll pay her.
Yeah, why not?
I'll pay her. What's her rate?
Yeah. Shit, I don't even know. I gotta figure that out. We're gonna charge you double though. I know your kid's gonna be bad as hell.
My kids would be horrendous. I would raise little like Satans. There would be no discipline in my household.
Would you beat your kids?
No.
Did you get spankings?
I mean, yes, but like I mean, obviously my nieces and nephews aren't my kids, but I love them as if they were my own, and I would just never. I could never.
No?
I can't tell them no. I can't.
Really?
When my sister yells at them, I'm like, yo, calm down, relax. Like I'm such an apologist for them, even when they're nasty. And I'll tell my sister, like, oh, your daughter gave me an attitude. I feel bad because she'll yell at her. I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. She didn't. I made it up.
Yeah, and I feel you. I'm gonna spank my kids. I'm gonna definitely spank my kids for sure. I feel like kids without spankings.
I've threatened them. I'll be like, I'm not your mom. I'll smack the shit out of you, but I'm not gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it like how my mother did it. My mother would talk to me and she'd be like, don't do that. And then she had to. The third time it was getting you smacked up. You smacked up. So it's like, I'll talk to them like, listen. The next time I gotta say something, it's gonna be a problem. But there's people who just smack first.
That's terrible.
That's like borderline abuse to me. Yeah. But at the third time, because clearly you didn't hear the second time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to smack that ass up.
But then they start crying and they get so sad, and then you feel so bad for them. And you're like, oh, you're so cute. I'm sorry.
I know. I can even discipline my dog. She looks at me with those puppy eyes. I'm like, take all the treats. Take all the treats.
People discipline their dogs?
Yeah, girl.
Oh, I never had a pet before. I don't know.
You got to. They just like kids. They'll be out here running around like psychos.
I feel like your kids would be so sweet.
They better be.
And my kids would just be little tornadoes.
Like gonna be cousins though.
They would literally be like, you know, it's funny. So there was a TikTok trend. And it was like the trend was, so the TikTok trend was you text your father and you ask him, do you think I'm a sunrise or a sunset? And then you take a screenshot of it and you post his response. So I texted my dad, I was like, do you think I'm a sunrise or a sunset? And he replied, I think you're a bitch.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
So then I had told my friend Perry about that and he goes, I think you're a tsunami. I was like, this is
crazy.
Abusive. I'm never asking anybody any questions ever again. But I'm like, I get it.
Yo, that is jokes. Not the bitch and tsunami. A bitchy tsunami? That's crazy.
I was like, Perry goes, you know the thing with the water? I was like, a tsunami? He goes, yeah.
We should name this episode Bitchy Tsunami. That's funny.
You gotta text if you texted your mom, do you think I'm a sunrise or a sunset? She'd write you a fucking poem.
She would.
She would be like, Eva, my darling, I think you are the sun and the moon and the stars.
Yes.
My dad was like, you're a bitch.
My mother be on my body. My mother is the biggest. My mother thinks I'm like the most beautiful. I'm like if I could see myself through my mother's eyes, I would have no self-esteem issues.
Get you a man that loves you as much as Eva's mom loves her.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Because I ain't never felt like that. I had never felt that. So wait, you were saying that your cousin was judging that woman for doing that?
So one of my closest friends, that's her cousin.
Okay. I do have a very controversial take on on a topic like that I feel like a lot of women are gonna hate me for, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for it.
That's
but
okay.
I feel like if a girl gets pregnant and it was an accident on both ends, and the man tells her, I don't want to have a child, and she continues to pursue it, I feel like he's off the hook. I feel like he's off the hook for like providing and protecting, because it takes two people to have a baby, and two people need to agree. And if one doesn't want the child, you can't force that man into fatherhood.
Right.
Like, yes, it takes two to tango. Yes, it's both their fault. Yes, there's protection on both sides. All that, cool. But if someone doesn't want to have that responsibility, and you choose to, that should be your responsibility.
Girl, I know we're gonna get a lot of hate for that, but let me tell you something. If a man doesn't jump for joy when I tell him I'm pregnant, I'm not keeping that.
Yeah.
Me and my child are not.
Unless you choose to be a single mom.
Unless I choose to be a single mother.
But then it's like when the baby is born, don't be like, your son needs something, and your son.
You ain't shit. Your son over here. No. You would never hear from us.
Listen, if the guy convinces you to have the kid and then turns his back, he ain't shit.
Yeah, he's not shit. Right.
If he has if you're married and you guys have a family and he just dips or he doesn't, then you're a piece of shit.
Right.
But if it's like you're just dating and it's like oopsie, and he goes, I don't want that kid.
We're not even just dating, y'all fucking.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I'm good on having kids. That's your responsibility.
If you're like, I'm gonna keep her regardless, leave that man alone. Like you can tell him like, hey, listen,
I don't think he should owe you child support.
No, I don't. My personal opinion, no.
And I'm a girl's girl, so if I think that, then I feel like it's correct.
Yeah, there are you know what I'm saying, if y'all was just sloppy, y'all fucking raw, and he busting inside of you, and what
did you expect would happen?
What would you expect? Exactly. So to me, it's like both of y'all was wilding.
Yeah.
A man should be like, damn, I was bugging. I don't want it, but I did set myself up. But if it was like condoms were used, Plan B was swallowed, everything was because things go wrong. Plan B.
This is so random.
What happened?
But I was on Uber Eats the other night, browsing, and it popped up, and it was order your Plan B on Uber Eats now.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't know what kind of advertising this is, or what kind of algorithm. I don't know what my phone thinks I'd be doing.
Right.
But I was just like, we live in a world where you can have a Plan B pill delivered to your door,
to your crib,
and I'm like, this life is a simulation.
Yeah, this is wild.
Wild. We live in a.
I hate taking Plan Bs. I hate it. That's why I don't put myself in a situation. I try not to put myself in a situation where I got to take that, because
it taste bad.
Well, no, the side effects be killing me.
Ooh, what's the side effects?
I don't know how for other girls, but for me, I'd be sick for I'm talking about almost a week. I'm talking about violently ill.
Oh my gosh! So it did its job.
Violently bleeding. It's
you know it worked then.
Yeah, it's bad. For me, it was. I took it twice. I'm like, I'm not ever doing this shit again. Ever.
Oh my god.
Ever.
Yeah.
But I feel like if he tells you yo, if y'all took precautions, the condom broke, or you did take a Plan B, but you didn't take it in time, or it didn't work, or whatever happened, or you took your birth control and for whatever reason it didn't work, because none of those things are 100%.
Yeah.
And you end up being pregnant regardless of the precautions you took. And he says, I really don't want a child. I wouldn't force no child. Me personally, Eva Evans, me and my child are not gonna be no burden to nobody's son.
Yeah.
if I'm like 37 and the doctor's like, bitch, if you don't have this baby, you're not having no baby at all. Like if it's an age thing, and I'm like, damn, all right, I'm gonna just go ahead and keep this.
So would you go to a sperm bank or would you ask a friend?
I'm asking one of my homeboys. If it gets to that point where I want a child.
Thing. So if it's your homeboys and you're like, I want to be a single mom, whatever. What if when the baby comes, the homeboy like falls in love and it's like, that's my kid too?
Then he could be in the baby's life.
Oh, that's nice.
Sure. We could co-parent because we were friends before.
Yeah,
we could co-parent.
Does he have to have certain like genetic things? Like he has to be 6 foot.
Yeah, he has
like,
to be tall.
Yeah,
I already crossed all my short homeboys off the list. I'm like,
they gotta get a mental evaluation because mental illness is genetic.
Yeah, definitely tall though. I don't want no short son.
No short son. No mentally ill son.
Yeah, I don't want no short son.
You definitely want Jamaican genes.
Honestly,
mix.
I don't have no Jamaican homeboys like that. Well, I have a couple, but he's short.
If you're Jamaican
he's
and you're listening to this, Eva Evans, in a few years, will be looking for. Hopefully not. She'll have a husband by then.
I'll have a husband. He's not gonna be Jamaican.
He's not gonna be Jamaican. Why? Do Jamaican men cheat?
Girl, they invented cheating.
Did they?
I think so. Let me tell you something. You go to Jamaica and you find you the ugliest man you could find. He got 3 bitches. The ugliest motherfucker in Jamaica.
What is it about
has
them?
A minimum. I don't know what it is.
Swag?
The swag is out of control.
Okay.
The swag, the accent, the cook. Jamaican men could cook their ass. It's just.
Ooh, I want a guy who could cook.
Girl, that's what I'm telling you.
Honestly, if I ever get married and I'm on the road and whatnot, and my husband wants to be a stay-at-home dad, cook clean.
I wouldn't mind a stay-at-home dad, as long as he's like. Not living off of me.
But then he's gonna cheat on you. He's gonna fuck the mail lady.
You think so?
the plumber. It's gonna be a female plumber.
Girl, he can stay at home. He can go to the office. It's always something with these motherfuckers. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered.
Men.
But I don't know. I definitely am gonna have a husband.
Wait, do you want like boys or girls or both?
Do I only date boys?
No, bitch. Kids.
Oh, kids. Oh. I want girls.
I love girls.
I want my daughters. I wouldn't mind having a son, but yeah,
I have 3 nieces and 4 nephews, and my sister's pregnant.
Oh wow! The one with the 5 kids is pregnant?
No, thank God.
I was like, God damn, girl, sit down.
She needs to stop. She needs to stop. I pranked her kids once. I was like, oh, your mom's pregnant. They're like, stop it. That's not even funny. What the hell, mom? But like, her kids are so sassy. I remember one time. She has an 8-year-old boy, and my sister had asked him to like do something for the twins, the younger ones, and he was like, "No one told you to have all these kids."
That's funny.
I was like,
one time my nephew said to me, he was like, "Auntie, you're a grown up." He says, "I'm like, that's a good question. I don't even know."
People mistake me for an adult because of my age.
Right. He's like, you're a grown up. I'm like, the fact that he's like questioning it, I'm like, damn, I'm doing something wrong.
But honestly, I'm like, I pay my rent. I do my grocery shopping. I do my laundry. I haven't burned down my apartment yet.
100% self-sufficient. I don't have no man taking care of nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I'm definitely a grown-up. You know what's funny? Because I'm going to Milwaukee this weekend for a wedding.
Oh, okay.
And both my sisters are going. And
it's a family wedding?
Yeah. They had given me shit like a week ago for not going. And I was like, the tickets are really expensive. I don't have a man to pay for my tickets like you both do. Bitch, you're both
to Milwaukee? That should be $40. Who the fuck's flying over there?
It was expensive.
Why?
I don't know. It was like $400.
Girl, you should maybe use the Metro card to go over there. What the fuck are you talking about?
It was $400.
That's how much it costs to go to Jamaica. The hell?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I paid $400 for my ticket to go to Jamaica before.
State.
That's wild.
Wild.
Maybe because it's so short notice?
I don't know, I guess. But I was like, y'all got a man to pay for your shit. But they should take Metro cards. What are you talking about? Milwaukee? Ain't nobody going out there. You lucky a bitch is even coming. Yeah. You should be paying me to come out there. Please do.
The fuck you talking about?
Milwaukee, if there's any comedy clubs, I'll be there the next few
Milwaukee,
days.
I'll show you. No, I love you. If I have any fans, I forgot a bitch went viral. My bad. If I have any fans in Milwaukee, I love you. It's a wonderful country or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, congratulations, Eva. I'm very proud of you. Your Don't Tell set was bomb.com. I'm very proud of you. And that's it for this episode.
Hey, bye, y'all.
Watch if you haven't watched it.
Yes, run it up.